Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another Live in Leesburg. On Fridays, I take you behind the scenes of a different department or service provided to you here in the town. I'm Leah Cozen, Assistant Public Information Officer. It's Friday. It's the first Friday of a new month, which means Leesburg First Friday. And as a part of that special downtown event, our Thomas Balch Library staff like to surprise you with a new pop-up exhibit here at the Donaldson Log Cabin. So to tell us more about what tonight's exhibit is going to be is Miss Tammy Tran. Thank you so very much for joining me again. I really love featuring these pop-up exhibits. All of this information is always available at the Balch Library, but what can you tell me about tonight's exhibit?
Yes, so tonight we're actually having an exhibit on Apothecaries and Pharmacies in Leesburg. And we're basically highlighting some materials from our collections, from the archives, as well as the history of apothecaries from the 19th century to the 20th century. And so we also talked a little bit about the four humors, like the foundation of the medicine from like ancient to medieval period, and how that is used to basically diagnose people, and also like what medicine is being prescribed. Sure. So from our collection, the panels on the back will actually talk a little bit about the pharmacies that existed. For instance, Mott and Purcell and Little John, as well as other drugstores throughout the 20th century. And in the display case, we have, for instance, pharmacy recipes, ingredients that were used. We actually have a very interesting pardon letter from Mott when he wrote to Abraham Lincoln so that he would get an amnesty so that he could start his medicine drugstore again. And we also have some artifacts. For instance, we have a dental floss right over here. Okay. And then Edwards Pharmacy tinned prescription box and other pill box like liver.
I see that, yes. So that it was a tin prescription box.
Yeah, so they would like make the medicine and put it in there and people could take it home. Okay. So these two specifically are from the Charles Johnson collection. Okay. But yeah, and then we actually printed out some of the newspaper clippings from these pharmacies when they advertised what was in their store, and also sometimes they talk about their patent medicine that they created. So hopefully people can get an idea like what people were taking. Yeah, of course, you want to know, right?
But I'm going to just go ahead and crack the joke, but there were no HIPAA rates back then, so we're going to share what everybody was doing back in the day.
Yeah, and it's also interesting because a lot of people, like for instance, like pharmacy, it wasn't just medicine, but they were also selling like, for instance, stationery materials. They were also selling food, soda, like lunches, also paint, laundry, soap.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So that's also like something that I thought was very interesting. So you can kind of see that from the advertisement.
Yeah. Now, are any of these locations? I don't think that they're still around.
No, not around, but people do still remember them. For instance, Little John Drugstore. People. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did get an email about Little John and that it was one word. So
yeah, and later on it became its own. And then there's also Edwards, and then people also remember Bodmer. And then also the Leesburg Pharmacy that was run by Dr. Snow. Okay. So yeah.
All right. Let's turn around to this corner over here now. There has been mention about the Emily Lloyd poison case. What can you tell me about this?
Yes. So this poison case was around 1872, and Emily Lloyd was put on trial for poisoning her whole family. She actually purchased arsenic from Mott Pharmacy, as well as Edward. She also bought like drugs from also another Dr. Edwards. Okay. So basically, the trial with the coroner's inquest, they actually found arsenic content in one of her daughter's stomach. Well, we don't know what happened to her afterwards. Okay. After the trial, she was acquitted and disappeared. Okay. But what's interesting in this display case related to that poison case is that Mott's daybook in 1872, on the very bottom that says on page 2, it actually shows that he visits Emily Lloyd in jail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wonder what that conversation is.
Yeah.
Like. Be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
All right, well, interesting, and people can learn much more about that later tonight, correct?
Yeah.
Let's also talk about the bingo.
Yes, we actually have an activity tonight, which I'm really excited for. So we actually pulled one of the prescription ledgers from the Little John pharmacy store, and we have a bingo card listing out ingredients, chemicals, things that were used in these prescriptions. And so like your mission is to find them. So you're able to actually interact with this piece.
All right. And these are actual records, real
Yes,
handwriting,
yes.
all of it.
Yes.
Do we know when the date was for some of
Yes,
these?
so this is from 1903 to 1907.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
so you're able to, get to see a piece of history live in person and
interact
maybe
with it.
interact with it.
So
Yeah.
good luck if we can read the handwriting. I mean, wow.
I know.
don't even know how to
I
read
sat for a while trying to decipher his handwriting for a while.
Yeah, very interesting. All right. Well, anything else that you would like to add before tonight's event?
No, but we hope to see you here tonight.
Right, 5 p.m. The doors open, correct?
Yes, 5 p.m.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
And as mentioned in the beginning of today's live, if you can't make it here tonight, we'll be sad, but you will always have an opportunity to visit the Thomas Balch Library to see all of these records and then some on display or through research. All of our staff is available to help you, so make sure you stop by the library any day during the week, during normal business hours. If you have any questions about tonight's pop-up exhibit or the library or anything else regarding staff, please post that in the comment section below. I'll monitor it throughout the weekend and we'll hopefully have a good response for you. Otherwise, we hope to see you tonight. Thanks for watching.
Bye.